Today we're going to talk about what I do at my NFT startup. For those of you guys that don't know me, I am Brian Jun, and I have worked in middle market M&A banking for a year and 8 months, then worked at a bigger scale startup, and kind of recently, 3 months ago-ish, jumped to a NFT startup based in the Solana blockchain. And today I'm going to answer the age-old question, and by age-old, 4-month-long question of what do you do at this NFT startup? I think a lot of people have this impression that blockchain is software, it's this crazy coding thing, so what can someone that's not an engineer do anything at an NFT startup? It's a good question. I'm actually trying to figure that out myself. Today we're going to be discussing broad to narrow in the sense that I'm going to begin by talking about the general NFT Web3 corporate landscape, the VC market, how this all came to be as a whole in my understanding. Then talk about what my company does, shill the company a little bit. Shill meaning basically support it, advertise it, a little industry wording for you. And then finally finish off the video talking about what I literally do at the company so that you guys can get a better understanding of this Web3 NFT landscape and not just listen to it as a buzzword that everyone seems to be throwing around and placing it on any business/industry they're working in so that they sound cool and hip and raise more money. Overall, I think big disclaimer before we get started, I am not an expert by any means in any of this. I don't think anyone is a full expert. Obviously, there's been people that have been in this world for a while, but it's also one of those things kind of like the internet back in the early 2000s, late 1990s, where people are figuring out as it goes. A lot of the things that we're building now that others in this industry are building are going to be the things that you guys are using in the future. Once again, I'm not an expert. I don't know everything, but part of my job is to figure out these things and learn about these things. So stick with me. Let's start with the overall landscape of this industry, Web3. What does this all mean? I think the simplest put, there exists a technology known as the blockchain, and the easiest way that I've understood it is there is a giant ledger, a giant receipt of transactions that occur between everyone participating in this system called the blockchain. I'm sure you guys know Bitcoin or Ethereum. I happen to be on the Solana blockchain, and these are all separate blockchains that exist within this entire ecosystem of blockchains. I'm not going to get too into it into this video, but essentially these blockchains allow you to prove digital ownership of currency or assets, NFTs falling under the assets. This technology allows you to prove that you own something digitally. As you guys know, if you remotely are on the internet, NFTs recently had a big boom. NFTs have been brewing up for a while. Blockchain has been obviously brewing up for a while as well, but NFTs have had this recent boom. What happens when something has a boom? Investors start rushing in. VCs, venture capital firms, which are giant bodies of money that invest in future potential companies, come in and start throwing in money into this giant pool of NFT-based companies. Our company is one of the companies that happened to ride the wave of such company, saw the opportunity in something called the Solana blockchain, which I'll explain a bit later. One of the many companies that received investments from the various VC firms looking to ride this wave and basically take advantage of this opportunity, play this guessing game of one of the 1,000 companies we invest in are going to take off and be the next Facebook, Google, Amazon. So all in all, as with all product service boom cycles, industry boom cycles, there's thousands of players right now in the general blockchain market and the general NFT market, even probably within the Solana market, that have received funding in various forms, shapes, and sizes. A few of them will probably remain standing at the end of the day. And I happen to work at one of those companies, which is currently called Soul Analysis. And Soul Analysis obviously is a play on words of Solana and analysis. People have trouble pronouncing it, which is why we've been putting some thought into it. But right now, Soul Analysis. And our front-facing product offering platform is soulanalysis.com. It started as a stats page, kind of like a coin market cap or your stocks app on your phone, where it tracks the stats of NFTs. NFTs are traded in large volumes, much like stocks every day, and that is a majority of where the NFT market lies at the moment, the same way that Bitcoin is traded and Ethereum is traded. That leaderboard, as we call it, the front page, has now evolved, and this website now offers a fair number of different offerings, including an upcoming page which lists future NFT projects that are upcoming in the Solana ecosystem. We call it launching or minting an NFT. It also includes NFT Flex, which is a portfolio view of the NFTs that you own by you entering in your wallet address. One disclaimer I want to make here is you're going to hear a lot of wallets. It's basically what you use to hold cryptocurrency to buy NFTs and then hold the NFTs within it. It serves basically both as a wallet and a storage room or your box for Pokemon cards. So it's two functions in one. I think wallet is kind of a deceiving word because wallet makes it seem like you're only carrying money in there. You also carry your NFTs in the wallet in the current system. And fourth, our other offering is called Moonshot, or a launch pad, which we enable projects to launch and help them out in terms of marketing, the technical things behind what it takes to launch a project. So we have a fair number of offerings, more to come. Essentially, we want to serve as the one-stop shop for Solana NFTs. I want to take time to quickly talk about Solana. I'm going to probably make future videos on Solana and go deeper into it as I learn more myself. I'm sure many of you guys are aware of Ethereum as a blockchain, and Ethereum was the OG NFT blockchain. As I know, maybe there is a different blockchain out there that was the OG, but the mainstream NFT blockchain is Ethereum. And there's a certain code protocol that allowed Ethereum to hold NFTs. For example, there's no NFTs on the Bitcoin blockchain. There are NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain. Solana is a cheaper version of Ethereum. There's obviously a vast number of other differences, but the biggest difference is that Ethereum currently has high, what we call gas fees or transaction fees. So every time you trade an NFT on Ethereum, the price of that trade itself is pretty costly. It'd be as if you're using Amazon and you don't have Prime and the shipping costs are pretty damn high. Solana is cheaper. The way that it was been designed has made it cheaper. So the gas fees are extremely low and almost close to zero, which in my opinion makes mass adoption easier. It allows for more people to come in without having a large capital and enjoy the experience, shop without having to worry about high taxes or high transaction fees, high shipping costs, which is why we as a system believe in Solana as the blue chip blockchain for mass adoption, because for mass adoption to occur, it needs to be cheap, accessible, and easy to use. Now we have to talk a bit about what I literally do at this company. As you guys can tell, this industry is something that we're constantly figuring out together. We're a very small 6 to 8 person shop. I say 6 to 8 because we have 6 full-time and 2 interns at the moment. And we're trying to figure out how do we get the current consumer base of Solana to use our platform, and 2, get the mass adoption to happen on Solana. I think my job lies largely in growth and partnerships, where I look at how do we grow better within the ecosystem itself? How do we acquire more users that are already in the Solana ecosystem? And additionally, acquire people like you who have no idea what Solana is, no interest in what NFTs are, and try to convince you that this is something that's worth investing in, looking into, and learning about. And I'm trying to not turn this channel into that because I enjoy talking about a wide variety of things, but I think I can really serve as the bridge between people that are not interested and people that are interested, and get this interesting to a more understandable language and not this crazy coding talk, so that you can understand, just like I did, that this is going to be the future, it's already the future, and something you can benefit from by learning about. So I spent a lot of my time trying to figure out how do I get people to learn about this better, how do I get people to get on our website, whether it be talking to projects, whether it be making the site more friendly, whether it's requesting features to craft it in a way that people can use it in a smarter, better way. That's the thing that I largely focus on, and I do that through talking to people in the community, asking them what they want, or looking at stats of who's visiting what and what projects lead people to be on the website more. Overall, I'm looking at ways to grow both internally in the system and externally out the system. Besides trying to make the website more friendly, the platform more friendly for those that are in the system and out the system, I'm also in charge of working with projects. So as I told you guys before, that there's a insane amount of NFT projects, NFT communities coming out on the Solana ecosystem every single day. 10, 20, sometimes 30 projects applying to our upcoming website page every single day, which means there's more than 30 projects that are launching every day within this ecosystem trying to fund some project. I think the funny way to think about it is that these VCs are funding us to curate these platforms, create these products, and then we help projects launch and gain eyeballs and do well and track their stats through our platform. And these projects are kind of like mini GoFundMes of their own. They have this idea, some of them are just art, some of them provide utility, some of them are video games, and they raise money by selling these NFTs. And people who buy into these NFTs then therefore are able to have ownership of whatever they're building, feel like they're part of the journey. I think the best way to think about it is these are all mini GoFundMes that also happens to have an asset that is attributed to them that can be traded on secondary markets that people make money from. Back to what I do. I talk to a lot of these projects, tens, sometimes hundreds of these projects, and ensure that these projects are getting what they need off our website, learn tips and tricks about how to help them better, figure out which ones we should partner with on our launch pad so that we can help them launch and be successful in whatever they're doing. A lot of my day is spent talking to people, learning about what they're doing on their projects, what cool features that they've been adding, how they've been implementing the NFT technology within their communities, what their communities are telling them to tell us to better our website. Beyond projects, I'm also talking to people that are just in the community that have been involved in this space for longer than I am, much longer than I am, to understand what is going on, what is hot today, what is going to be hot tomorrow, how do we curate and tailor the website to their best need. A lot of this also comes with working with very cool people, both in the space and just externally. Obviously, as you guys have seen throughout the past couple months, maybe a year or so, celebrities are really entering the space, and it makes a lot of sense for celebrities to enter because a lot of celebrities are digitalized based. A lot of them are famous because they're digital, or there's just a lot of money to be made by being viral and having reach to tens and thousands of people, which is what this NFT community really is about at the moment. So some of my time is actually spent talking to some pretty cool celebrities that I will remain confidential so I don't sound like I'm weirdly flexing, but there are celebrities entering the space, and it's super cool to talk to them and think about what ideas we can offer them about launching Solana NFTs and just educate them on what NFTs are, because a lot of them are curious and many of them don't know what's going on, same way that I was a couple months ago and the same way that you are probably watching this video. So in summary, there is a giant landscape of these NFT companies that VC firms are investing into, hoping that one of them will become the marketplace or an analytics website or the support for projects. I belong to one of those companies. I lead the growth and partnerships section of that company and work heavily to make sure that more people that are already in Solana are using my website, our platform, our company, our product offerings, and also try my best to persuade people like you to come onto the Solana ecosystem or blockchain in general and participate, because the more participators there are, the more money we make, and the more money we make, the more money I make. We're all selfish at the end of the day, and yes, all of this is really to benefit me, but I also think that there is a lot of opportunity, and it's kind of like if someone told you in early 2000s that internet is going to be the real thing, the next big thing, or early 2000s that the social media is going to be the next big thing. If I told you to become the first YouTuber before partnerships happened and you get that first comer advantage, yes, I could probably do well by being the creator of YouTube, by you being a partner, but at the same time, I'm helping you benefit by telling you the sauce before the sauce becomes the sauce. As we always say in the industry, once into somebody today, this is definitely not financial advice. Always do your own research, but I think it's great time. It's never too late. It's always early enough for you to enter this space. I look forward to making more videos covering what I do, what this space is about, and trying my utter best to simplify, not overcomplicate, get rid of all the technology, crazy stuff that people generally don't understand or don't care about, and get it straight to you to pick out the things that are actually important so that you have a easier time understanding and immersing yourself into this world. Please let me know in the comments below or through my DMs on Twitter at @TheBrianJun or on Telegram, Brian_Jun. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. It is part of my job. Quite literally why I'm getting paid. As always, I thank you guys for watching. I've met some of you guys in New York already, which is kind of cool. If you guys see me on the streets, say hello. If you guys see me at a bar, pretend like you don't know me because I'm embarrassed. And I will see you guys next time. Let's go.